Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of biochar and how it can supercharge your soil for maximum plant growth. We're talking bigger yields, healthier plants, and all with this secret weapon you might not have even heard of. Stick around because we're about to break down the science behind biochar, show you how to make it. It's easier than you think. And then walk you through how to supercharge it with the good stuff that'll have your plants thanking you. Get ready to take your gardening game to the next level, because things are about to get epic. Biochar is like the superhero of the soil amendment world. It's made by burning organic matter like wood chips or leaves at a really high temperature with very little oxygen. This process is called pyrolysis, and it creates this incredibly porous charcoal with a massive surface area. Think of it like a giant sponge, but instead of soaking up water, it holds on to nutrients, water, and beneficial microbes. It's like building a luxury condo complex in your soil for all the good bacteria and fungi to move into. And when those microbes are happy, your plants are happy. They get all the nutrients they need, resist diseases better, and grow bigger and stronger. All right, ready to get your hands dirty? The first step is getting your hands on some biochar. Now, you can totally buy it online or at some garden centers, but where's the fun in that? We're going to make it ourselves. Don't worry, it's easier than you think. The simplest way is with a DIY method called the trench burn. Basically, you dig a trench in your backyard, fill it with small pieces of wood or other organic material, and light it on fire. Once it gets going, you cover it with soil to block out most of the oxygen and let it smolder. The key here is controlled burning with minimal oxygen. This allows the material to carbonize instead of just turning to ash. But hey, even with the simple trench method, you'll be well on your way to creating some awesome soil boosting magic. Here's the thing about fresh biochar. It's like a brand new empty apartment building. That's where microbial inoculation comes in. Raw biochar is like a blank slate, and if you use it directly, it can actually suck up nutrients from your soil. We want to load it up with beneficial microbes that will multiply and turn your biochar into a thriving ecosystem. So how do we get these microbial superheroes into our biochar? Well, get ready for it, because I'm about to give you not one, not two, but 4 awesome methods to choose from. First up, we're going to brew a delicious feast for our microbes with some compost tea. All you need is a bucket, some compost water, and an aquarium air pump. Start by filling your bucket with dechlorinated water, add your compost, and then drop in your air pump to keep the water oxygenated. Let the tea brew for 24 to 48 hours, stirring occasionally. You'll know it's ready when it starts to smell pleasantly earthy. Once your tea is brewed to perfection, simply submerge your biochar in the tea and let it soak up all those beneficial microbes like a sponge. All right, for our second method, we're going to give our biochar a boost with some fish hydrolysate. Fish hydrolysate is made from fish, but it's been broken down into an easily absorbed liquid form that's packed with beneficial bacteria and nutrients. Simply mix the fish hydrolysate with water, according to the instructions on the bottle, then add your biochar and mix well. The biochar will soak up the fish hydrolysate like a sponge, giving those microbes a delicious buffet to feast on. Now, if you really want to take your biochar game to the next level, it's time to bring in the big guns, effective microorganisms, or EM1, and mycorrhizal fungi. EM1 is a blend of beneficial microorganisms that work together to improve soil health, suppress disease, and enhance nutrient cycling. To use EM1, simply dilute it with water according to the instructions on the bottle and then mix it with your biochar. For mycorrhizal fungi, you can buy it in powder form and sprinkle it onto your biochar before applying it to your soil. Finally, for our last method, we're going back to basics with some good old-fashioned manure or worm castings. Simply find some well-aged manure or worm castings. Spread out the manure or worm castings in a layer, then add a layer of biochar on top. Water everything well and let it sit for a few weeks, turning the pile occasionally. The biochar will absorb the nutrients and microbes from the manure or worm castings, creating a rich and fertile soil amendment. And that's how you can supercharge your soil with biochar and microbial inoculation. It's like giving your plants a secret weapon in the fight against nutrient deficiencies, pests, and diseases. Remember, healthy soil equals healthy plants, and biochar is your key to unlocking that potential. Don't forget to experiment with different inoculation methods and find what works best for you and your garden. Now go out there, get your hands dirty, and grow some epic gardens. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tips on boosting your garden's health. Happy gardening.